That a problem?
Okay.
Jeez. How many minutes have to pass before we can be heroes?
Hello and welcome back to another episode of Let's React. I'm Kenny and this is my beautiful wife Montana and this is Waddles.
And today we're going to be reacting to Season 5, Episode 12 of My Hero Academia, The New Power, and All for One. All right.
Last episode, we had Deku continuing to figure out this new power Black Whip in the middle of his match with Class 1B, pulling out a win in the end, but still unsure of what was going on there. What are your thoughts before we jump into this episode?
I'm really excited to see how he explains this.
Yeah, he was just kind of like, I don't really know what happened.
That's cool.
But, yeah, we'll see what he keeps doing with this new quirk. But if you're excited for more episodes of My Hero Academia, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe down below for episodes coming every Friday and Sunday at 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. If you can't wait and want to see these episodes right now, including about 10 to 11 episodes ahead, check out the Patreon link in the description below where they're all posted in their extended full-length forms. But are we excited for episode 12 of My Hero Academia Season 5?
Absolutely.
All right, let's get it.
Let's go.
Dunderheads, this video was brought to you by the incredible members of the Let's React Patreon. If you want access to a ton of exclusive perks, check out the link in the description below. Have a good day, Twinkle Toes!
After a ferocious series of training matches that pitted the first-year classes of UA's hero course against each other, my class ended up victorious with 1 loss, 1 draw, and 3 wins.
It's gotta suck to be on the only team in Class A that lost.
Yeah. And they barely lost, too. It was Dark Shadow's team.
Yeah.
We've still got a ways to go. I experienced firsthand how amazing the hero course is. I'm not going to be satisfied by merely passing. I need to work harder and aim higher and live up to my potential. That's fine.
Okay.
All right, buddy.
Yes, sir.
It's like, that's cool. Who asked?
Cool story, fam.
They're just in the middle of a class meeting, and he's just like, I'm gonna do better. I'm gonna do so much better. You guys are so good.
Shinso, at the very end there, you were trying to get me to brawl head-on so you could whip out your special combat moves, right? It was crazy how fast you acted to try to stop me with those falling pipes. And you used the binding cloth just like Mr. Aizawa does. Honestly, in the first match, I thought your team did a great job of putting your quirk front and center. But you're definitely more than that power. Your judgment and moves were on par with ours. Watching you hold your own with our classes was so inspiring. I'm blown away. But my quirk didn't help anyone in the match. In fact, I put people in danger.
That's a good point.
We still have much to analyze from these fights, but I'd say, in all probability, Shinso will join the hero course in your second year.
All right.
Just make sure you don't
Just
let
in the
him
second
outshine
year.
you.
Okay.
Got it.
Which class will he join? A?
B? The particulars will come later. The training critiques are far from over.
Speaking of which, question, can you unleash on Mineta for being the absolute worst?
That whole smashing into your chest thing was a lucky accident. Don't forget I put my body on the line to keep Shota and those girls from strategizing.
It's true that in a tragic twist of fate, Class B was defeated today.
Oh, what's he gonna spin this?
We didn't necessarily lose if you look at what we planned. If I had known that Midoriya's quirk was a blank, then we could have come up with tactics in response. In other words, if we were to fight again right now, there's no telling who would win.
That's enough out of you. Today's class is already over.
Like, you lost.
That's right. He activated Shota's quirk remotely. Which means he had to have touched me. It's hard to believe, but Monoma copied One for All in the middle of our battle.
My quirk, One for All, is a whole lot to handle. The combined physical abilities of everyone who's ever used it creates a hurricane of pure force. An unprepared body can't fully inherit it. Your arms and legs would shoot off if you tried to.
Yeah, Monoma would have exploded.
Yeah.
If I had known that Midoriya's quirk was a blank, then who knows?
A blank? What does that mean?
While we're on the subject of your quirk, Monoma, I have a task for you. Come visit Eri tomorrow.
Eri? Why?
Oh, to copy her quirk?
Be a pretty good quirk to have.
That, yeah, well, also a great way to kind of
wow,
troubleshoot
sir, you learned how to
her
write
quirk.
super fast.
Yeah.
I've been writing letters.
Awesome. So who are they
Very
for?
cool.
For Deku and for you, a million. Saying things out loud is hard, so I'm trying this instead. I want to thank you both so much.
And she's smiling.
Oh.
She got her smile back.
What's wrong? Use it! Whoa! What, are you scared or something?
Wait! I'm trying, but it won't activate!
Stop! That's not how you should approach this! Cut it out!
That new power's useless if it doesn't work when he's in trouble.
We're supposed to be making sure it doesn't come out. Well, young Midoriya, how do you feel?
Like I did before the training match. I don't sense Black Whip anymore.
So, it's a previous wielder's quirk, and One For All itself is evolving?
You guys always have secret meetings in here.
I was surprised to see you joining us today.
I asked young Bakugo to come because he knows the truth behind your power.
So did you know about this, All Might? About the dark energy and the person Deku spoke to?
I'd never heard of either before. A predecessor with a shaved head? The person who had the quirk before my master was a young man with black hair. I don't think she knew about the other quirks living in One For All either. I'd say this is uncharted territory for everyone.
Great, this idiot scum is the first one to go out of control.
Hey, that's enough.
Think harder. You must have noticed something that triggered the new power.
I don't think so. But the man I talked to said now's the time, so maybe there's something going on in the world that's making this happen?
If that's true, could it have something to do with All For One? His passed on ability originally came from him, right? And think about it. He has control over multiple quirks. I see it now. You're basically the same as him.
That's fucked up.
They both have several quirks now.
Okay, that's one thing to have in common with someone. That doesn't mean you're basically the same.
All For One can pass on quirks to other people. One For All passes on quirks for other people. All For One has several quirks. He has several quirks.
Yeah, and if you have two things in common with someone,
Those
you're
are the two
exact
things that
same.
make All For One All For One.
He's a different person.
No, the power All For One.
Yeah, okay, you can, like...
Like the power of the quirk.
It's not what Bakugo said.
That is what he said.
You're basically the same as him.
With his quirk.
That's something I thought.
Where did he say asterisk with his quirk?
Because he's talking about quirks. He's not saying you're an evil villain.
He has control over multiple quirks. I see it now. You're basically the same as him.
That's something I've thought but didn't want to say. At any rate, this cannot keep happening. We have to learn more about this power.
You're just not feeling the danger. If I really beat you down, it'll come back. The only thing to do is kick the crap out of you and force the energy to go wild again.
Perfect.
Do not try to murder your classmate.
If it's true that One
Great
For All
teaching.
responds to my feelings, then when it disappeared, this ability is one I won't be able to use for a while. Yeah, I judged that it wasn't a power I could use at the moment. It's possible that's why I feel as though the quirk has been locked away for the time being. If it's anything like imagining the egg in the microwave, then I may be able to envision a lock opening to get Black Whip to activate it.
Damn it! This is boring! If you can't use it, then I'm over this. See ya! And stop thinking out loud. Stupid muttering gives me the creeps.
Maybe it'd be best if we call it a day.
Right, sure. It's like All For One's power.
You're a
See,
moron!
they were saying it's like his quirk, the power. Do you get what they're saying?
I think that's a fucked up way to say it, but sure.
You're so salty.
That's, like, that is so mean. Like, I don't care if, like, you're making the argument that, like, the powers are similar. Saying that someone is like the biggest villain fucking ever is so mean.
Yeah, but that's why All Might didn't want to say it, but he was thinking it.
Right.
Like, it's mean, but it's true.
Sure.
You're not buying it?
Lots of things are true. You don't just say them.
Baby, stop whining like you're a weakling!
I can't. You completely showed me up with your manliness in that match.
Since I'm made of metal, I can withstand intense heat. But on the other hand, there's a limit to how durable I can be. You think I'm not aware of how dented up I'll get if I take a beating? But you're the opposite! The more you're hit, the stronger you get!
You're right. We're both manly tattoo.
Hi, beef stew's on the dinner menu tonight.
Oh, okay.
Perfect.
And it looks like Class B's joining us too?
Yes.
Awesome.
They've come to mingle and talk about the training.
There it is. Mineta is officially being changed.
All right.
That is, so in Clockwork Orange, they take a horrible person.
Clockwork what?
A Clockwork Orange. They take a horrible person and they open their eyes like that and subject them to seeing like the really violent stuff, I think, and then it causes them not to want to be violent. I'm assuming they're referencing that, but
Gotcha.
basically Mineta is being brainwashed into being a better person right in this scene.
Nice.
So I think this is the manga
This
artist
is
being
the
like,
turnaround.
he's gonna change from now on.
Sorry, guy. Yeah. All right.
I'm gonna reboot him.
He's done now.
Had to get in one last little moment, but now he's changing.
They've come to
A
mingle
wholesome
and
scene,
talk
except
about the
him.
Midori, I've been looking for you.
Hey, what's up?
I didn't know you had 2 quirks this whole time as well.
Huh?
Oh.
Given what you said that day.
So come at me with all you've got!
You were adamant that I not hold back against you in our fight, but I guess you were hiding something yourself.
No, it's not that! I think this dark energy is derived from my quirk, which would mean it's just another part of my original power. Today was the first time something like that happened, so I was surprised myself.
How interesting. That must have been difficult for you. I bet it was.
See, that's a more plausible excuse than my nail polish. It activated my quirk.
That's not even remotely close.
I know.
To the argument I was making.
I know.
In fact, he's saying exactly what I was saying.
I know.
Self.
How interesting. That must have been difficult for you. I bet it was pretty shocking. I apologize for doubting you.
How can you be sharp and dull at the same time?
You're amazing,
Such a good question.
I didn't know you'd gotten so good at using your flames.
Because he heard the excuse work on him.
Mm-hmm.
Not nearly good enough. Seems the 2 of us are almost in the same predicament. And that's why I have to start aiming even higher.
I can't believe it. To think that you'd be the one.
Okay.
Do you see that
I
text?
want you to teach me more about something.
He asked Endeavor to teach him about Flash Fire.
Okay.
Which is Flash Fire Fist, is what we saw from him when he was fighting the Nomu.
I can't believe it. To think that you'd be the one approaching me about training.
Hasn't he been texting him like all the time?
Yeah. Constantly. What do you make of that little scene there?
Wait, like the Endeavor situation or the okay, yeah.
Because we saw him grow, he's changing, but he tested him incessantly, but it seems he stopped texting him and then got a text from Todoroki saying, hey, could you teach me about Flash Fire?
Okay. All right.
At least he's making some kind of an effort, you know? Like he's not just staying the same bad guy.
No, that's true. It's varying in the level of shitty.
So are you saying it's really shitty that he's texting him that much? Like, is that the shitty thing you're referring to?
No, I'm more talking about the like, why isn't he answering? Like the thing.
Is that
like
shitty to Todoroki?
Yes.
Is he not allowed to feel inner frustration himself? Like even though it's
No. If you're a terrible parent and then you get your child to forgive you, you don't get to be frustrated that they're not forgiving you fast enough for your monumental fuck up of your single job in the universe. You get to be only grateful that he's even calling you a parent.
Then, we're all in agreement?
Allow me to take care of the paperwork and clearances. The rest of you can continue focusing on teaching.
I appreciate it.
Shinso sure reminds me of the emo kid you used to be. You found yourself a miniature Aizawa, huh? Or is this really about Shirakumo?
If you have something to say,
Shirakumo?
I have somewhere to be.
I don't know.
It's nothing. Just reminiscing about the old days.
Little hint.
Okay, but that's not something I should know and forgot. Okay.
What's this?
It's the bad guy. Oh no.
From the play you watched.
What's this foolish child saying?
Oh, I told her that UA has its bad parts and that you represented one of its downsides.
Oh yeah, because he was trash talking her.
Right.
Justice. How dare you malign me, sir?
Do you have any idea why he was asked to come here?
Midoriya.
Can we not scare the little child?
Sorry to borrow your time. There was something I wanted to ask Monoma to do, but after thinking about their personalities, I wasn't sure they'd mesh well.
Well, I love to hear you've been thinking about me, Teach.
Oh my god, shut up. All right.
How about it? Any luck?
This one is.
Oh my god.
Unfortunately, I'm not gonna be able to.
Did you not see it grow?
I thought that was hers.
No, hers doesn't grow in that fast.
Okay.
Hers takes a bunch of time. They were talking about that.
Okay, I forgot that.
That was him copying her.
Okay, okay.
How about it? Any luck?
This one is a blank. Unfortunately, I'm not gonna be able to help you out, it seems. Sorry,
So he
sir.
gets the horn but no power?
It's not
Yeah.
That sucks.
You wanted him to copy Ares' quirk? Why would that be a good thing?
Also, what does blank mean?
It must mean her power works like yours. Both of your quirks function as stockpilers. I copied the core nature of the quirk itself. But if it's an ability that accumulates something and changes it into a form of energy, I don't copy the stored up fuel that would make it function.
Oh, okay.
For example, Fat Gum's quirk works only if he stockpiled a bunch of fat. Monoma could copy the base power, but he'd still be skinny.
I draw these blanks every once in a while. The same logic goes for when I copied your quirk but couldn't release any of its energy.
If it hadn't been for that, Monoma's limbs probably would have shot off into space.
Yeah, including his head maybe.
Yeah.
Why try this on Eri?
She's not able to activate her quirk right now, but one day it may return in full. If she doesn't know how to use it, she might endanger herself or others. That's why I thought it'd be easier if Monoma borrowed her power, trained with it, and taught her how to use it safely. But I suppose that was a long shot.
I'm really sorry.
Dude.
You're having a lot of trouble because of me. It's always like that. I cause everyone problems. I just wish that I didn't have this power.
Don't get sad. It doesn't always cause trouble, though. You can't forget. You saved my life with your rewind quirk. Powers aren't good or bad. I know. Think of them like they're knives in the kitchen. They may be dangerous, but if they're sharp and you use them right, they make yummy food, huh? That's why when you use your power for good, it's wonderful.
If that's true, could it have something to do with All for One? This passed on ability originally came from him, right?
Even if that is where my power originated, it's my ally now and I have to trust it.
All right.
Okay then. I'll get
That's something to consider that All for One had the quirk at first before anybody in One for All
I'm going
did.
to master One for All too.
Yeah.
I swear it.
Because that occurred to me recently, like, because when they went into One for All, like that Paths version of One for All, All for One was there.
Yeah.
With the younger brother. It kind of just reenacting the scene. He wasn't in line with the vestiges, but he was with the younger brother.
Present. Yeah.
And he didn't officially have One for All. He had the power stockpiling quirk that mixed with the passed down quirk thing. But he did technically have one half of One for All initially. I don't know what to make of that yet.
Kind of like the same base power system.
Yeah.
But then just like built in completely different directions.
Totally.
Very fun.
Test our bodies against the elements!
Is that necessary?
Be careful not to slip!
Close the door, you guys. Sue's going into hibernation.
Oh, she's...
We'll get her warmed up quick.
Wonder what the weather girl is saying.
Anyone know what time Todoroki is gonna be back from his big test? I want to borrow some manga from him.
Should be around 6.
It's their last supplemental class. If Todoroki and
Oh,
BAKUGO
wow.
passed today. Every member of Class A will have provisional licenses.
Very exciting.
After today, I don't expect to see you chump buckets anytime soon. Nothing makes me happier. Are you ready, Plankton Brains? Good. Let's begin.
I wonder if they're taking their test right now. They will pass, won't they?
Oh yeah. Bakugo may be a jerk, but he's been doing real good lately.
Maybe I'll make a cake while we're all waiting.
Always a good
I got
option.
my license
Yeah.
before they did. It's the only thing I've ever beaten those two at.
Someone feeling inadequate?
Danky and Stinky!
What the heck, guys?
Huh?
Nari, you have positive attributes.
Thanks, Shoji.
You have positive attributes.
There are some good things about you. Oh. A tsunami? Oh.
The fish are biting today, boys.
Pretty crazy quirk, right?
Yeah, holy shit.
Wait for the pros? They might be a while. This assault just began.
I'll handle this then.
Be cautious. First, you need to check
It's crazy the water's not going down that one
Worry
street.
about evacuations.
You can't fight these villains, but we can.
I don't know about this.
Boss, this
Okay.
weekend haul is a gold mine.
Oh, they're just stealing stuff? Okay.
You two have only been licensed for a half an hour.
That's enough time.
Yeah. Ice
Oh,
is a
ice
pretty
is
good power against that.
perfect.
That a problem?
Okay.
Jeez. How many minutes have to pass before we can be heroes?
Knocked him out in 2 seconds.
What's the deal with you kids? You pretending to be grown-up pros?
You all need to get
Yup.
away from the scene.
Wow, it's all mine.
Hand over the things you've stolen. You can't just take other people's belongings.
Just frozen.
Okay.
You got another thing coming.
You think you're cool?
Ice cubes aren't gonna stop me. In order to pull this operation off without a hitch, we mapped out every last patrol pattern in this area. We spent an entire month prepping to make sure we nabbed a ton of end-of-the-year loot. There should be no heroes, just helpless bystanders. I won't let you ruin this!
Get a real job!
Too bad for you we happened to cross your path.
Oh, I'm scared. Why don't you get back to class? I'm not above hurting a couple of brats. See this? I can manipulate carbonation. Makes me feel all tingly inside.
Carbonation?
I'm way
Oh.
more determined than some punk kids who should be doing their homework. More determined to get away scot-free, that is. Later!
Wow.
What, those little blasts knocked you out? I thought I held back enough to keep you conscious. Now, what was it you were saying about getting away? You seem more determined to get thrashed!
That's it! I'm through playing around! Oh, whoa! These items are strong!
Pretty! It's like we're inside a beautiful snow globe.
Young lady, get back here!
Oh.
Still being a hero.
Try not to get yourself killed! That's the stuff! This is so awesome!
I was hoping we could avoid any violence.
Flash freeze, heat wave!
Flash freeze heat wave.
Yeah.
Wow.
It's a great power.
Maybe you didn't know. Carbonated water goes flat when heated.
You pulled that crap at the sports fest.
He did the same thing causing
Yeah.
the explosion.
this time. Are you hurt at all?
Of course not, damn it! You making fun of me?
And what about the bystander?
I saved her life! Hey!
He's learned.
Kids okay? Oh, you're that famous delinquent from UA High.
You want to rethink
A
that word?
delinquent?
Did you two manage to do this by yourselves?
Just small-time criminals robbing bystanders, I think. We were able to capture all of them before anyone in the gang escaped.
And the stuff they nabbed?
I stashed it before it got incinerated.
Perfect! You're
Very
incredible.
smart.
I can't believe you're only students. Thank you.
A+
You're gonna be
heroes.
top heroes. I'm positive about that fact. And you can just leave the rest of this mess to slide and go. That's me.
Slide and go. Can you just slide on any surface?
That's what he gets for using inferior goods from the black market.
Oh.
All right. Pack it up, SodaStream.
I'm sorry. What? You call him SodaStream? Wow, that's a good one.
Carbonation hero.
Man, you're getting good at the
Carbonation
quips.
villain. Thank you. Having
Maybe
a good
you should be a
day.
hero. You could be Quip, the Quip hero.
Two of you were amazing.
Quiplash.
Thank you.
There it is.
That's a game. I didn't make that up.
Now, let's go home. You must be hungry.
I need to melt the ice.
I'm not helping.
And that is where we're left for episode 12 of My Hero Academia Season 5. What are your first thoughts?
Wow, great episode.
I think we may have a post-credit scene.
I'm really happy that Bakugo and Todoroki are licensed now.
Right?
And that they had like a successful first outing as licensed heroes.
Like, that was an A+.
That was great.
outing.
That was like, that was by the book, it seemed.
Totally.
Did we have a blackout or something?
Maybe everyone else left the dorms?
You got your licenses!
Oh, surprise party.
Congratulations!
Have some cake!
That thing is massive!
Why are you yelling?
He's excited.
Thank you.
Bakugo, you did it! Congrats! Now we can do hero work together. It'll be great, Kacchan.
What, you think you're better than me because you got your license first? That's not what I meant! You better shut your face if you want to live!
God, the drama.
He is a drama
Every
king.
time.
He is a drama
Yeah.
king. But that's where we're left.
Have you started the party already?
What's it look like? Oh, shut up.
Trick or treat?
Not quite.
I'm gonna-
Wrong holiday.
Thank you for watching, and make sure to like, comment, and subscribe down below if you're excited for more episodes of My Hero Academia every Sunday and Thursday at 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. If you can't wait and want to see these episodes right now, including about 10 to 11 episodes ahead, check out the Patreon link in the description below where they're all posted in their extended full-length forms. We have a lot to discuss, but before we do that, where are we headed?
All right, let's review.
Thank you for watching. For now, we're going to go to questions given to us by our incredible Patreon members. If you want to ask us questions we answer after every episode of any show we watch, join the link in the description below and start asking. For now, let's go to question 1. Question 1. Ashton asks, what are your thoughts on Monama's observation that Eri's quirk is a stockpiler and it accumulates something and turns it into energy similar to Deku's? If this was true and not just a theory, what do you suppose she requires to fuel her rewind quirk, and why hasn't she generated/obtained more despite being fully recovered?
Yeah, okay. I am not certain about that one because of the fight with Deku. I feel like if it were a compiling quirk, she wouldn't have been able to continue rewinding to that extent so easily.
Reminder is that she had a much larger horn during that fight, and afterwards it got small.
Oh, okay.
And they thought the power came from that.
I think it makes sense that it would be a stockpiling quirk in that whatever is being stockpiled is horn related. So that would be why Monma got the horn, but still couldn't really do anything.
Yeah, but why do we think that it hasn't grown despite her being fully recovered?
You know, maybe the thing that she's accumulating is like shitty parenting.
Yeah,
Like-
that occurred to me with that question. Like,
That like, I mean, like when we first met Eri in Overhaul, we were talking about how just horribly he treats her for seemingly no reason. Like obviously a child prisoner you're not treating well in general, but there's like his cruelty was beyond. So maybe that was what was fueling the stockpile, and since she has been removed from that situation, she's not as afraid, and maybe that's what, like, fear was what was being stockpiled. I don't know.
Maybe. The other thing I think about, and I've forgotten what the answer is, so I'm gonna just speculate here. It could be time-based, like it just takes a while, and every time that she used it for quirk bullets, Overhaul just reset her back.
Yeah.
You know, like, because he can reset wherever he wants.
Exactly.
So maybe he just made the horn bigger, like.
Maybe, yeah.
And they just don't have a way to do that. But we're gonna have to see more of Aries' quirk. But interesting that's a stockpiler. Question 2. Jinchurk87 asks, what do you think about the development of Deku and Baku's relationship, that now he's joining Deku and All Might's meetings and is even trying to help Deku learn to control his power?
I think it's sweet. It's always very interesting to see someone who wouldn't be part of a group who is kind of involved by default. Like, he's the only one who knows, so it's either talk to no one or talk to Bakugo. And I always like stories that have something like that.
And like Bakugo sitting in on the meetings and like helping him use his quirk.
Yeah, no, he's engaging in a way that is very off-brand for him. So while he like maintains this like, I don't want to be here, whatever, he's
there.
His actions do not match
I was gonna say, yeah.
His words. So, but that's fine.
Maybe eventually the words will catch up.
Maybe. I don't think so.
He's a little too explosive for that.
Yeah.
When you have nitroglycerine running in your veins, like, you gotta be a little bit irritable, I feel like.
Yeah.
Let's go to our final question. Final question. Day asks, everyone in Class 1A has their hero licenses. What do you think the future might hold for everyone? Also, happy 100 episodes.
Thank you.
Because now they can all go fight crime.
Why is all of them having their licenses going to be something that would affect the class differently than most of them having their licenses? Or is it just that
it's
now...
more just asking, now that like we're past this training arc and they all have their licenses, like the possibilities are kind of open.
Okay. I mean, I think we're definitely going to see Todoroki working with Endeavor to learn more, and I feel like it would make sense for the other students to do that as well. I mean, we kind of already saw internships, but like more internships. Yeah, maybe working in new groups, just kind of like getting through the growing pains of being a hero and figuring out, are you a solo person or are you a group person, or just like how is this gonna work now that they're official and like kind of have all moved on from the classroom environment.
Well, I think that's a great answer. And that's where we're left for episode 12 of My Hero Academia Season 5. Are we excited for episode 13, the final episode before the second movie?
Can't wait.
All right, let's get it.
Let's go.